Hello everyone, welcome to the Furiously Curious Kids channel and yet another episode of You and Me Together. I warmly appreciate and thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel, and to all my new viewers, I am Preeti and I am a teacher. In this episode, I'd like to share with you my difficulties, my experiences as I started into my journey of online teaching after being a teacher, an offline classroom teacher for more than 25 years. You will have no idea how difficult the journey was for me because I am no youngster. I am quite old and it is not easy for people like me to adapt to changes. I am sure my journey is not a solo one and that there are thousands, maybe millions of people like me out there who's had this rough journey in the past few months and who are slowly beginning to understand what has to be done to become an efficient and an effective online teacher. And I'm sure there will be a few, at least a few, still out there trying to figure out how to get this thing done. For those of you who are struggling out there trying to become an effective online teacher, I am going to share the steps, what I did to help me overcome my fear of online teaching. Here we go. I shall condense my content into 5 very short, concise rules for online teaching to become a confident, young, effective online teacher, however old you may be. Okay? Step number 5. Be realistic. You have to be realistic. You have to understand that there is an educational revolution on and that we are not going to go back to the classroom board and chalk method ever again. We are moving forward. The world is moving forward. There is no going back from here, and what has come is here to stay and we can just walk forward, no going back. So what does that mean for you and me? It means the teacher, if you want to remain a teacher, you and I, we have to learn new things. We have to get out of our comfort zone, move out from the safety of our homes and our classrooms and invest in ourselves. Enroll in new courses, learn technology, buy those gadgets, invest in yourself, love yourself, give yourself those extra hours so that you can learn a new skill and a new technique. Invest in yourself, be realistic, move forward, no going back. Your previous years classrooms and children are not going to come back to you. You have to walk forward and meet your students there in the future. It is not going to be a backward journey. It is going to be a forward journey, and the only way you can continue to be a teacher is walking forward. Keep the chalk and the duster there on the table behind you. Take the laptop and the headphones and the mic and dress yourself up with confidence and walk forward, no turning back. Step number 1, be realistic, understand, accept, change, grow, empower. Step number 2, set goals for yourself. Goals meaning those goals are to be out of your comfort zone. Those goals must be for your future. Where do you see yourself next time this year? Where do you see yourself in this new educational system 5 years from now? What do you want to be? Where do you want to go? So set goals. And if I have to, make it simple for you, Setting goals means if now you know how to surf the net for a plan, if now you know how to make a PowerPoint for your class, if now that is all you know, you need to set new milestones and new goals so that you can step forward and you can take that walk confidently. Last point was move forward and meet all the obstacles confidently. How do you meet the obstacles confidently? You have to keep learning. So learn new platforms. There are so many n number of platforms that every teacher is using around the world. We have to get to know them. We have to learn them. And who is going to come home and make you affluent in all of this? Nobody. We have to get up and walk forward and go to these courses and all these classes and learn and equip ourselves. So get up, take your diary, write down your goals. Number 1, learn how to handle Zoom. Number 2, maybe learn how to handle Meet. Number 3, learn how to share screen. Number 4, learn how to make a question paper. Number 5, these are all very simple basic ones. I know you already are there and you know all of that, but then move forward. Wherever you are, whichever age group you're handling, your difficulties are different. Your challenges are different. You know what you need to learn now. So get up, punch forward, move forward, set your goals, set your deadlines and make sure you meet them. As you meet them, tick them and go down and conquer it. Okay? Set new milestones, set new goals and make sure you reach there. Don't be kind on yourself. Be hard, be stern, grow, grow, grow. Now, number 3, you are on the forward journey. You have set milestones and goals and you are determined that you are going to learn and grow. Now, number 3. Number 3 is actually getting down to meeting the children and the parents. Now, this is where all of us fail, or this is where we fail in our hearts. We somehow feel that the children and the parent sitting with the child in front of the screen is superior to you in some way or the other. Now that is the thought that is holding you back. That is the thought that is stealing the power out of your body. Now, why is that? That is because you feel that the parent sitting in front of you is assessing you, that somehow you have to prove yourself to the parent. Okay? That is what is stopping us from becoming the vibrant and the effective teacher that we normally are. One thing you can do to ensure that you don't fall into that trap is, whenever you sit down for a class with the children, make sure you are in your comfort zone, because you want your body language to be positive. You want your body language to be aggressive. You want your body language to be in control of the class and the situation. And that is possible only if you know that you have the class and the gadget in your control. If you are trying out a new platform, if you are trying out a new methodology for the first time or maybe even for the second time with the children in a class, it is going to put you at risk. And that fear of what can go wrong will definitely reflect in your body language. So I suggest try all the rehearsals and all of that way before the class, with your family, with your children, with your friends. Never try something new, something that you are not very confident about with the children in front of the parents in the class. Get confident when you are taking the class. Be at your best. Now, number 2. At number 2, I have something that is of great importance. Now, this is something that is going to make you look good in front of the parent community, because this is what really matters. The point I'd like to share with you now here is, Be student-centered. Do not be curriculum-centered. In our classrooms, in our schools, in our system that we were following up till now, we were all curriculum-centered. We were exam-oriented. We were result-oriented. But during the online class, you cannot afford to be exam-oriented, because your challenge is to build that rapport with the child sitting in front of you. You have absolutely no idea what the child is going through at home. Maybe the child is under a lot of stress. Maybe the child is on the verge of a depression. Maybe the child is sick and tired of being at home. Maybe the child has financial problems at home. Maybe there are social problems at home. We never know what the child is going through. And maybe the child wants a hand to come across and hold his or her hand and to give him or her that small lift. Maybe the child wants you to just be a teacher. Maybe the child doesn't want you to be proving yourselves over and over again. Maybe the child just wants you to be human so that the child can relate with you. So I would say, be objective oriented. In your lesson plan book, we have the objective of the lesson column, right? And we have the child activity and the learning outcome, those columns. We normally focus upon the learning outcomes and the exam oriented part of the planning. Let us close all of that and let us move to the objective column. Why am I teaching this lesson to the child now? The only thing you need to focus upon is the child getting the concept? Leave alone all the rest. Just focus upon the child, whether the child is able to look at you, whether the child is able to concentrate, whether the child is able to understand, or is the child in some difficulty. Let us be student-centered, because once the child is with you, once the parent realizes that the child understands you, that the child likes you, and that you are walking the extra mile to make the child comfortable, the parent is your friend. No parent will, stand up and say, that ma'am's language is not perfect. That ma'am does not, know technology as much as another one does. Nobody will say that if they realize that the child is being taken care of by the teacher. Primary focus, the child, not the curriculum. If we can really change ourselves and our outlook to that level, you are effective. No matter, maybe you cannot speak language as perfectly as another person. Maybe you are not very tech savvy. Maybe, you have problems during the class with your internet. Maybe there are n number of problems during the class. But if the parent and the child if they can feel that love, the care, you're safe. So, be child focused. Let us not worry about anything else. Let us just worry about the child sitting in front of you. Always extend that hand out to the child, because many children out there just want some understanding. And point number 1, the most important point, the most important aspect in becoming an effective and efficient and comfortable online teacher, I would say, would be clarity. Clarity of your vision, clarity of your mission. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you still, wanting to become a teacher even with all of these difficulties? Why is it that you're not letting go of this and moving on to something else that you can do? Why are you still, so stubborn that you want to be the teacher despite of all the obstacles and all the difficulties? It is because it is your passion, it is your calling. You really, really care about the young children in your class. You want to be there for them. You want to give them all that you know. You want to be a blessing. You want to make a difference, right? Otherwise, all of us, with all that we have been going through in the past months, we would have just let go. We would have gone back home and we would have done something else that would have, that would have made us, happier. but we are still here. That is because we know what we want to do, we know where we are going, and we know how we should get there. So now, once you get your clarity, it is time for self-love. And self-love means knowing yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself enough that no matter what another person says, no matter what the parent on the other side of the screen thinks, it is not going to bother you. It is not going to affect you. All that matters to you is you are here because you have a subject, you have something that the child does not know, not the parent. We are not bothered. We are not there to teach the parent. The parent can, assess us and they can come to their own conclusion. It does not matter. We are here because the child sitting opposite you doesn't know something that you know, and you want to impart it to the child the way only you can. So, don't bother about what the other adult on the other side of the screen is going to think about you. It really doesn't matter. You know why? Because maybe that person on the other side of the screen knows better than you about the topic. But the person there is in no position to give the time and the energy and the patient listening and loving to the child sitting next to him that only you can give. That is why you are the teacher and not the parent. The parent is not the teacher. The parent cannot teach the child as effectively as you can, because the parent might know the subject, but the parent doesn't have the skills that you have. So, my dear teachers, be confident. Know that you're loved, know that you're precious, know that only you can do what you're doing. However much the parent might know more than you, it really doesn't matter. And just be there, just, give what you can, just love the children, let the energy flow, let the feelings flow, let the love flow, and everything is gonna be alright. So just check out on all of these things, okay? Be confident, get up and learn, get out of the comfort zone. This is not an easy ride. You have to learn new things. You have to invest in yourself. You have to enroll to new courses. You have to buy those gadgets. Maybe you have to take a loan and buy the gadget. It really doesn't matter. Because if you want to move forward and if you want to be there for the children, you have to empower yourself, and only you can empower yourself. Okay? So teachers, I overcame. So can you. If I can, so can you. So let us do it together. Don't feel, sad and inferior, and don't sit there and cry, because I see my teachers getting so down, so depressed, which is really sad. You needn't do that. So be there, be confident, be empowered. God bless you. And my dear parents, please be patient with us. We are struggling. There are a lot of us who are struggling. Be patient with us. We love your children, and we put ourselves at your, in a position where you can rub us down, because we still care for your children. Even after all the insults and all the heartache, we still want to do this. Not because of the meager salary that we get. It is because we love those children sitting on the other side of the screen. So, be with us, be supportive, be kind, and together, hopefully, let us make a better world for our dear children. Now, if you liked the talk, subscribe. If you want to share anything, any opinion, any comment, please feel free to do so. Subscribe to the channel. See you next week with yet another topic. Bye-bye till then. Stay safe.